tater tots and all this other stuff. I didn't eat it. Still don't like tater tots. I don't know, something weird about tots and potatoes. But in any case, we had school pizza. And everybody loved school pizza. But me, I never liked meat when I was a kid. Didn't like it. But they had pepperoni pizza, tater tots, milk, and juice. You know, everything you got in the school came with the milk and juice. I'm an 80s baby, so it was going through this nutrition phase. I remember my teacher making me eat all of my pizza after she had picked out my pepperonis for me and giving me a fruit cup versus me eating the tater tots, and then I had my milk and my juice. Went on through the normal day of school, normal bus ride home. And then when we got to our house, it was quiet. Silence in our house was something that we didn't come home to. It wasn't that we came home to chaos or any of that stuff, but I came home to silence. There was no TV, no music, and we didn't have central air and heat, but my aunt had this fan that she always had blowing. The fan was off. There was no food. My uncle wasn't home yet. We always got home about 30 minutes to an hour before him. It was just my auntie, and my cousin hadn't come yet. This was before my cousins had come to live with us. And every day we came in, my auntie was cooking something that originated with beans and some form of rice and a piece of meat. It was something. This was before it got really hard for us. My auntie taught me the art of scheduling in children. With the schedule, you were able to get them in time on bed to get time to yourself. Even with my kids, I do it now. And she had us on a schedule. We followed that schedule Sunday through Thursday, unless it was a holiday. We were on a schedule. There was no room for a detour. But on this day, there was a gigantic detour in our life. My auntie wanted us to have something out of life besides heartache and pain. She wanted us to grow up better than what she did. She didn't want anything to hinder us from getting an education, and what we did with our education was up to us. But going to school was important. It was a gigantic factor. In any case, we came on in the house. No noise, no food, no Lucy, which was our dog. My auntie was sitting to the kitchen table, and something just wasn't right about her. And because I knew something was off, I didn't bother her. I didn't say a word. I went on with my schedule, my routine. I came in, put my books down, did my chores, which was clean up the bathroom. I wiped the tub down, clean the sink out, put the trash out for my brother to take it out to the room, sit down with my studies and do my work. Now, I was a tiny little thing. I was so little. But she wanted me to rise above that. So, I guess after she got herself together, she came to me and my brother, and she brought us in the kitchen. Had a big kitchen with, a big kitchen window, a side window, and a window by the table. Big enough room. And she sat me on a chair. And I never forget the way she said it. She said, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to figure it out. And I'm thinking, huh? I'm a kid. I didn't get it. She said, our lights are off. And just how long it took me to start again is how long it took her. Would seem like forever. She went on to say that it'll be dark soon and she had to figure out how she was going to cook. And she went on to say she had made a stove, but she needed help. And I was like, made a stove? She said it's going to be like a camping trip. It's going to be fun. It's like camping. And that's when I realized that my auntie had a plan. She had planned it out. She knew what she was going to do to get us through. She had a plan. We built the stove in the backyard. Her and my brother dug a hole. She put some limbs in it, made a fire, and took the oven rack and stacked it up on some bricks and made a stove so that she could cook. And when she cooked, we had dinner. I don't even remember what we ate, but I just remember her having that plan, that thought. And then I remember after we ate, she heated water for me, and she bathed me in the kitchen in a foot tub. She had this big silver foot tub. She had that thing for years. I think until I was a teenager. When I gave birth to my first child, she had that thing. That was the first day I learned to survive. I learned to survive from being in that situation. My auntie read her Bible. She went to church sometimes. But her faith in God allowed her to be who she was and stand tall enough to have a plan to care for me and my brother who weren't her children. This is why I say, and I love 1 Corinthians 15 and 10. I am who I am. By the grace of God, I am what I am. You see, God didn't give my aunt any children of her own. He gave her us. Now, many people may have missed that, might not even get the gravity of that. But again, by the grace of God, I am what I am. God's grace gave me a provisional life that is gigantic. And his grace towards me was not in vain. Now, Paul says in Romans 15:15, but on some points I have written to you very boldly by way of reminder. By way of reminder.